In today's video, I'm going to be ranking all the best Madden 23 teams. Now, this is going to be completely based on how good I think their team is in Madden. Literally no thought of what I think of these teams in real life. Now, before we get into the first team, I have a very special comment of the day real quick. I got to give it to my guy Brady right here. I appreciate you always supporting the channel, man. And he is now 11 years cancer-free, man. Much love, bro. I appreciate you so much, man. You are a GOAT. I play the beta a lot. There's really two things that I need for your team to be in S tier. But I think the 49ers are really, really good, especially if you are more of a runner. I think they're either a B or an A tier team. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and put them in A. They might drop down, but I really like their team. Debo's super tough. You get a route apprentice and George Kittle, so he can go on literally any route you want him to. You get an edge threat and Nick Bosa, which edge threat this year is crazy good. And then on the offensive side of the ball, once again, you get Trent Williams to kind of counter some of those edge threats. Got some pretty fast DBs. Also, Danny Gray, rookie. He's a pretty fast wide receiver as well. Yeah, I like the 49ers. They might be B, though. Now we got the Bears. The Bears, they are not a good Madden team. They have some decent speed at receiver, but they just literally have, like, no abilities on the field. So they're either going to be D or F for me. I don't think mobile quarterbacks are going to be that great either, so I'm going to go ahead and put them in F right now. If there's a team that I think is a lot worse than them, I'll go ahead and move the Bears up into D. Next up right here, we got the Bengals. So the Bengals, I think, are another really, really good team. Do I think they're A tier? I don't think they're A tier, but I think they're B tier, and I think the 49ers are on the same level as them. I don't want to say they're similar teams, but the Bengals, obviously, they have some really great receivers. I actually like their secondary a little bit more than their receivers in the Madden sense. But the main difference between the Niners and the Bengals is the Niners are going to have like a little bit better like defense with that edge threat with Nick Bosa, but the Bengals get a quarterback with set feet lead. Joe Burrow is a really, really good quarterback in the game. You also get Joe Mixon with armbar and bulldozer. You get Jesse Bates with acrobat, and of course Jamar Chase, who's one of the best receivers in the game. Now we got the Bills. The Bills for me are going in the S tier. You get Josh Allen, who best throw power in the game, has a crazy good release. You get Stephon Diggs, who's an amazing receiver, Tre'Davious White with acrobat, and you get Von Miller with edge threat that I've already talked about that is so good. But this year, they showed a little bit of respect. I don't think last year these two were superstars, but you get Micah Hyde and you get Jordan Poyer with abilities as well. I think the Bills are a great team. Now we got the Broncos. The Broncos are worse than the Bengals and Niners, in my opinion. You have Russell Wilson as your only player with abilities, and he gets Gunslinger, which Gunslinger is a lot worse than it has been in previous years. It doesn't speed up the velocity of the throw, just the animation of your throw animation, right? But he's not a bad quarterback by any means. He's still really, really good, but that's really all you get. Now we got the Browns. The Browns are, I would say, a little star-studded. So you get Myles Garrett, who's one of the best pass rushers in the game. You get Nick Chubb, which the Nick Chubb cheese might be it might go a little bit crazy in 23. Amari Cooper with route tech to help beat that man coverage that is actually really, really good. And you get an ability in Wyatt Teller as well. I think the Browns are good. I think they're better than the Broncos. I think I might move the Broncos down and the Browns go to C. I think that's what I'm going to do because I think the Browns aren't as good as the Bengals or 49ers. I mean, they're close. But yeah, I think I'm going to go D tier for the Broncos, C tier for the Browns. And then we got the Bucs. In my opinion, I think it is a two-team race for the best team in the game. I think it's between the Bucs and another team we're going to cover. So the Bucs are amazing. You get Tom Brady with How Route Master, gives you access to all the good routes in the game. You get Chris Godwin. You get Mike Evans, who are just so good, right? And in my opinion, I think linebackers are back. I think linebackers are super good. You get Levante David with Lurker, who I was saying in the beta, I think he might be the best defender in regs minus the pass rushers. I think he makes some absolutely crazy plays. So this is what's interesting too. So you have a lot of teams that are going to have two edge threat players, which you might go ahead and say that's going to be better than what the Bucs have. But the Bucs, they have an edge threat in Shaq Barrett, but then they have an interior dominator in Vita Vea, who I mean, I feel like the pass rush is just as crazy with the Bucs as it is with the two edge threat teams. So yeah, the pass rush is great. You get Tristan Wirfs and Ryan Jensen, both with secure protector that can really help you in the run game and also once again counter those edge threats. You get Chris Godwin. Like, I think the team is basically perfect. Like, the only thing I guess you could say is slightly slower secondary, but I think they play absolutely amazing. I think they're a top 2, maybe top 1 team in the game. So then we got the Cardinals. The Cardinals went from like the best team in the game to, I think they're pretty, like, they're still pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and put them C. I think they're worse than the Bengals and the Niners. You know who got kind of cheated in my opinion? JJ Watt. If JJ Watt had edge threat, they move up into B tier. But you get Kyler Murray with abilities, Gunslinger, Dashing Deadeye, 2 pretty good abilities to have. You get Rodney Hudson with that secure protector. Once again, I was just talking about it with the Bucs. And you get Buda Baker with abilities as well. And you have some pretty fast receivers in like Rondale Moore, Andy Isabella. So yeah, I think the team is pretty solid. I think they're more on the Browns level than the Niners or Bengals. This is the team I was talking about. Chargers are, I think, again, best team in the game, Chargers or Bucs. So you get Herbert, who is amazing. Herbert is so good. He gets Pass Elite, which is probably the best throw power ability in the game. Sideline Deadeye is also really good, and High Point Deadeye. So high points are great this year. He gets High Point Deadeye. I think it's an argument to be had. He might be the best quarterback in the game, no lie. And the team is just star-studded, right? The pass rush is insane. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack off the edge. Just go against these guys and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You get Derwin James as well with some abilities on him. Keenan Allen is elite. Slotomatic is so good. He also has Outside Apprentice. Same thing with Mike Williams. So you can put him on like the deep skinny post in your offense. Some really good C routes as well. You also get JC Jackson with Acrobat, Outside Shade, and Pick Artist. And then you have a backfield master in Austin Eckler. Like, the team is phenomenal, man. They are so good. Now we got the Chiefs. The Chiefs are good. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the B tier. And I would say Patrick Mahomes carries them because Patrick Mahomes is actually going to be really good this year. I think he's one of the quarterbacks that did get his release fixed, which is awesome. He also has that pass lead elite ability I just talked about. You get Travis Kelce, who is a monster tight end with a tight end apprentice and deep out elite, and Chris Jones as your other ability player. Also have some pretty fast receivers as well. Mecole Hardman, MVS. You know, I think they're really good. I think B tier is a good spot for them. Maybe A, maybe, but I think if I had to order these, I think the Niners would probably be the team I think is the best. Really, the only thing they're missing is a quarterback with abilities. So now we got the Colts. I think the Colts are another team that's right around this B tier level. If you tote the rock, though, you already know Jonathan Taylor is a problem, man. He gets armbar, jukebox, and goal line back. He is pretty crazy. You get DeForest Buckner, who is a monster pass rusher, man. He has El Toro, inside stuff, and under pressure. You get Darius Leonard with abilities as well. Wish he would have got the lurker ability, but he does get strip specialist, which I do think has potential to be really good this year. You have Big Q on the offensive line and Stephon Gilmore with some abilities as well. I like some of their receivers as well. I like Michael Pittman in real life. In this, in like a Madden sense, you would want to play him at tight end, but you can't really do that. You do get Alec Pierce, though, who I think is really solid, and Paris Campbell as well. So yeah, I think the Colts are a pretty solid team. I'm kind of surprised Kenny Moore doesn't have abilities. We got the Commanders. I think I'm going to go D tier with the Commanders. So they have Jonathan Allen with abilities as a defensive tackle. Inside stuff is great. You get Terry McLaurin with Outside Apprentice, deep and elite. And you get Chase Young. If Chase Young had edge threat, that would have moved them up into the C tier. I don't think they're exactly terrible, which, I mean, the D tier is kind of like, you would think they're terrible. They're not like the worst team in the game. I just don't really think they're that great. We got the Cowboys. You get Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, it just frustrates me that I just wish they would give him like set feet lead or like a throw power ability or something. You also get Micah Parsons with edge threat. So the team's already looking really good. You get Zach Martin with abilities, post-up screen protector. You get Tyron Smith, all-day edge protector that can help against some of those edge threats you go up against. You get Zeke, who doesn't really have the best abilities in the game. Reach for it, kind of good. CeeDee Lamb is awesome. Outside Apprentice, mid-out elite, short-out elite, and Trayvon Diggs with pick artist and acrobat. I think I am going to put them in the B tier. I think they are really good. I think they're very similar to the Niners because the Niners, once again, they don't have a quarterback ability, like Dak Prescott, but Dak Prescott doesn't have a throw power ability, and I really think that's what goes ahead and separates the quarterbacks, the Dolphins. So I am a Dolphins fan. I am trying to avoid all bias right here, but you have Tyreek Hill, you have Jalen Waddle, you have Raheem Mostert. Like, there's just speed everywhere, right? Like, even Keon Croissant on the defense, man. There's a lot of speed, not a lot of pass rush. I think so. I could see them A, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to go ahead and put them B. And the reason being is when I played the beta, the Tyreek Hill cheese just really wasn't there. It wasn't just like lob him on a streak and just, you know, like let him go. He'll just toast everyone. I felt like the zones played a lot better. And also, like, he's my guy too, but you know, he doesn't get abilities. And you can say in the comments, noodle arm, whatever. But I just really, I really like them. And I think the Dolphins are really, really good. I just think some of the A tier teams, man, are going to be phenomenal. Like, I know a couple off the top of my head right now. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lean towards the B tier, but I do think they are a really good team. The Eagles are really fun team that I want to watch in real life, but in the Madden sense, you know, Jordan Davis just really isn't going to be that crazy like how I think he is in real life. I think he is someone that by the end of the year, mark my words, will be an X Factor or superstar player. Watch. But Eagles ability wise, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey as well, good abilities. You have Darius Slay with acrobat. I thought Jason Kelsey retired. So interesting. Am I wrong? Maybe wrong. Fletcher Cox also has under pressure and secure tackler. I think they're... I like Jalen Hurts. I like their receivers. They have some pretty good speed as well. I'll go ahead and put them in the tier. Yeah, I think they're better than Broncos and Commanders. I would rather use the Cardinals and Browns over them. But yeah, I think the Eagles C tier more than D tier. We got the Falcons. The Falcons are going to be the biggest difference of what I think they are in real life compared to Madden. So the Falcons offense is going to be fun to use. So you get Marcus Mariota, fast quarterback. You get Kyle Pitts, who is amazing. You also get Cordell Patterson, who is a Madden GOAT, and he has abilities as well. You also get 6'5" Drake London, who is really, really good. I am actually shocked AJ Terrell doesn't have abilities. Like, I would have thought AJ Terrell would have had abilities, so kind of interesting. But I would go ahead and put them in the C tier. I think they're a really fun team to use. Don't really think they're the best in the game, but I think they are usable. The Giants have no abilities. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and put them F. Like, I think they might be the worst team in the game. I would rather use the Bears than the Giants. So yeah, the Giants they just really aren't that great. The Jags are an F tier team, but I think they're better than the Giants. Are they better than the Bears? You get T-Law, who doesn't have abilities. ETN is really fun to use. You have Christian Kirk, you know, like, you have some decent receivers, decent weapons. I think the Bears are probably better though. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lean the F tier for the Jags. We have the Jets next up. I think the Jets, I don't think they're as good as the Commanders. I don't. I'm going to go ahead and put him F again. Zach Wilson, I actually like in Madden as a non-ability quarterback. He has some great throw power, like Elijah Moore as well. You know, they have some really good secondary pieces as well, just really lacking the abilities, man. I could maybe see him D, but I'm going to go ahead and lean towards the F tier. The Lions, oh man, you have Jared Goff as your quarterback. You have DeAndre Swift, who's pretty decent. Jamison Williams is a problem at receiver. You know, I like Amani as well. Amani Uzulware. Don't know if I'm saying that right. But I don't think they're as good as the Commanders and the Broncos. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in the F tier. Feels crazy to do. But yeah, like, I feel like the Jets and Lions are two teams I could see in the D tier. I don't know why I said it feels crazy to put the Lions F tier. But yeah, next up right here, we have the Packers. The Packers are going to be the final team in S tier. And they are the worst team in S tier, in my opinion. Now, the reason why I have the Packers in S tier, right? They lost Devontae Adams. Yep, I know. But they kept their abilities for the most part on their defense. You have Jair Alexander, who is a great corner. You have Kenny Clark with unpredictable and inside stuff, great interior presence. David Bakhtiari with all day and edge protector is a great counter for the edge threats that you're constantly going to be facing. But the main reason why is, right, the receivers might suck. Whatever. You have, in my opinion, the best quarterback in the game with Aaron Rodgers. He gets gunslinger and pass lead elite with already the fastest in the pocket release in the game with Slinger 1. I'm going to have him S tier because I think having the best quarterback in the game is that important. And I also do, again, like their defense, and I like their offensive line ability as well. Now we got the Panthers. You get CMC with the... CMC is a problem. CMC is really, really good. I think evasive is a lot better this year than it was last year. You get DJ Moore as well. Mid out elite, short out elite. He is a great receiver. And Brian Burns, great pass rusher. He's not quite as good as, say, you know, like the edge threats. Would I rather use the Panthers? I think I'm gonna put the Panthers C. I know they have a lot of speed as well, so I could maybe see them B. Yeah, I'm gonna lead towards the C tier. I really like the team. Just again, kind of like a quarterback away, you know. I'm gonna make a slight little change to the tier list. I'm moving the Jets up in the D. The Broncos, like, I just feel like the Broncos got cheated, man. Justin Simmons and Pat Surtain, in my opinion, should have abilities. They just don't, which sucks, man, because I really want to move them up, but I don't think I can. I move the Lions up in the D as well. I like some of their players. I really like Jameson Williams is great. DJ Chark is also a really good man. They have three just like great receivers in my opinion. Now next up right here we have the Patriots, who the Patriots get carried by Matthew Judon, and I'm not talking about real life. I'm talking about Madden, obviously. He has edge threat, which is amazing. You also get Devin McCourty with pick artist. Tyquan Thornton is amazing as well. I think they are a C tier team though. Like without the edge threat though, they would be like F. Like I'm not really a big fan of them. Obviously, like, you know, kind of like in real life as well, the receivers really aren't that great besides Tyquan Thornton. Now we got the Raiders. The Raiders have Devontae Adams with route tech, red zone threat, and outside apprentice. He is one of the best receivers in the game. You have Darren Waller with tight end apprentice, awesome. And you have Chandler Jones with edge threat elite. Three of the best abilities you could possibly get on your field. Oh, would I rather use the Raiders or the Dolphins? I think I'd rather use the Raiders, man. I think I would. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the A tier. I think the Raiders are a bottom tier A tier team, but I think they are really, really, really good. They have all the abilities that I am looking for besides quarterback. Literally, if they had a quarterback, they'd be an S. Now we got the Rams. The Rams, Aaron Donald, no introduction. One of the best pass rushers in the game. Jalen Ramsey, probably the best cornerback in the game. Cooper Kupp, one of the best receivers in the game. You also have Bobby Wagner with abilities. He doesn't get the lurker, but still a great player to have abilities on. And you get Matthew Stafford with set feet lead. The Rams, I lied. The Rams are going S. The Rams are going S. I think the Rams are better than the Packers. So yeah, that's going to be the last S tier team. I think the Rams are amazing. Now we got the Ravens. The good news on the Ravens. Lamar Jackson's release is fixed. That's really good for Ultimate Team people, but for regs, Lamar doesn't get a throw power ability, which does suck, but Lamar is a really fun quarterback to use. He's awesome. You get Mark Andrews with mid and elite matchup nightmare, great tight end. You get Ronnie Staley with that secure protector to help you against those edge threats. Marlon Humphrey, great man-to-man corner, and Calais Campbell as well with that inside stuff. I'm going to go ahead and put the Ravens in the D tier. I think they are a really solid team. Very, very fine choice. If you run with your quarterback a lot, though, they could be a lot higher for you. Then we got the Saints. The Saints have Tyrann Mathieu, awesome. Cameron Jordan with edge threat elite. Alvin Kamara with running back apprentice, matchup nightmare, and jukebox. Demario Davis, Marshawn Lattimore, Michael Thomas with abilities, and Ryan Ramczyk with that edge protector to help you against those edge threats. I think I might put the Saints A. I really like the team. I'm going to put the Saints A. I'm going to put the Saints A. I think they're, again, just like basically a quarterback away from, you know, like being a dominant team. So, yeah. Now, the thing is, would I personally rather use Bengals Chiefs with the quarterback ability or the Saints? Because it's tough. I think I'm going to leave it this way right now. Seahawks, you get DK Metcalf, who awesome receiver, no introduction needed. Jamal Adams, also awesome Madden player as well. I think they just don't have a quarterback, but Drew Lock has some decent throw power, so I'm going to put him D. I don't think they're great, but yeah, D. Yeah, I'm just going to leave him D. Then you get the Steelers. The Steelers got edge threat and TJ Watt. Cameron Hayward, a beast up the middle. Minka Fitzpatrick with that pick artist ability. Deontay Johnson, great receiver. And Miles Jack with abilities as well. I think they are pretty similar to what I think about the Patriots. The edge threat elite really carries them. Then we got the Texans, who just really aren't that great. You don't have any abilities on your field. Like, Brandon Cooks is good, but like, I'm gonna go ahead and lean towards the F tier. Now we got the Titans. The Titans are super interesting because with my playstyle, they'd be like C. But just based off Derrick Henry alone, I have to put him A. I have to put him A. Derrick Henry he's him. Derrick Henry's probably the best running back in the game, breaks a ton of tackles. If it suits your playstyle, they're A. If you're not a toter, though, they're going to be a lot lower for you. They also get Kevin Byard with abilities, though. He's a really good safety, and Jeffrey Simmons as well. Great interior force. In the final team of the video, we got the Vikings. The Vikings are by far the best team in A tier. Like, I could maybe see them S. Again, if you're a toter, they're an S tier team. You get Dalvin Cook, who's amazing with Jukebox. You get Justin Jefferson, another amazing receiver, outside apprentice, route tech, short and elite, deep out elite. Like, so many abilities on him. Harrison Smith has abilities. Enforcer, flat zone KO. Eric Kendricks with Lurker. Adam Thielen with slot apprentice. Daniil Hunter, reach elite speedster. Wish it was an edge threat, but you get Zadarius Smith with that edge threat elite. So yeah, I mean, in the beta they had double edge threats, but I think they are a great team. I think they are an A tier team. Editing the video, and there's one thing that I want to change. I want to move the Browns up to B and the Panthers up to B as well. I think that's going to be my list for today, man. It was really tough. Like, it's a lot of debates to be had. Let me know down in the comments what y'all thought, though. If you want to see a team go up or down, let me know. I will be updating this like every 3 months because, you know, abilities change. We really find out what the meta of the game is as well. But yeah, y'all, if you did enjoy this video, you enjoy content like this, make sure to go ahead, leave a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. We're uploading daily Madden 23 content, man. And if y'all want to see some fire streams, man, check the links in the description. Hit the Twitch with a follow. We are going to be live 24/7 over there, so I greatly appreciate that, man. If you guys want another video to watch, though, check this one out right here. Went over a tier list with all the rookie premier players in Madden 23 Ultimate Team.